my biggest weaknesses that always drives me crazy is my memory. I always say that I have the memory of a pea. And I hate that I say that because the more I say it, the more it means it's probably coming true and that I am attracting that mentality, which means I'm not getting any better at improving my memory. But also if I focus too much on it, then I'm trying to improve my weaknesses, which we also know is a lost cause. But let's just say I had the greatest memory in the world. Am I actually doing anybody any favors by being able to keep it all up here? And that's why in going in on my strengths and not my weaknesses, I have gravitated toward a habit that has helped me to hopefully make this less of something that I think about, less of an issue, and that is going all in on my writing habits. Good morning, good life. Welcome back to Amy TV. There are a number of ways that I have really focused on building my writing habits. By engaging in these habits, I'm able to take those thoughts that pass through and give them a place, give them a destination. Therefore, no matter what they are, I'm able to quiet the mind. And honey, we can just always go for a quiet mind. Can't we? So in this video, I want to share some of those writing habits with you, just to see if maybe they could be helpful to you as well, because I know that we're all better off for having clarity of the mind, certainly if it helps us to achieve the life we want. I've also included everything I'm talking about today in a free downloadable for you, so check that out in the description down below. My first favorite writing habit is to choose a brain dump location. You need to have a predetermined destination when those moments strike you when you think of something. It could be a task, it could be an idea, it could be a mantra, it could be a phrase, it could be something you have to tell someone else, it could be two people who need to meet each other. No matter what those things are, this is the number one place that we already need to have predetermined so that we will go straight there as soon as the moment strikes us. A couple of suggestions for you here: a bullet journal. If you're a paper and pencil type of person, I love the bullet journal technique. I've done a couple videos on it because it really helps you to not just have a brain dump place, but give you a little bit of structure and organization around it. It's all based on bullet points and marking tasks as they get done, but also having it in a chronological order that's also numbered by pages. And then there's something totally digital and super easy and probably already comes with your phone, and that is the Reminders app. That's at least what it's called for iOS. I don't know what it would be for other phones, but what I love about the Reminders app is it pretty much reminds you very, very easily of all the things you're thinking of. So if you need something more on the go, you're not gonna be carrying a pad of paper or a bullet journal with you all the time, then having this app is great. And really any other kind of idea bank as it comes to mind to you, even talking through the bullet journal, a pad of paper, Post-it notes, the Reminders app, maybe even a project manager on a website. I'm sure there's something that's popped into your head as you lean into who you are naturally for where a good brain dump place would be. But remember, the moment that idea comes to you, as easily as you can get it to a place where you're taking an idea, a thought, and typing it out or writing it out, that's that transformation of information that's so important because it almost checks the box in your mind that you've completed it. Even if you haven't, even if it's just the idea of a task you may have to do, your mind feels like it's done something because you wrote it down. So that's very powerful, and that's what I mean about clearing your mind, because even if those to-do lists get to be really lengthy and somewhat annoying to look at, you can still potentially have that peace of mind to have other ideas and be able to think clearly and not be worrying so much that you're gonna forget something, which is how we get a little bit too down the rabbit hole of worrying about how small our memory is. Right, Amy? My second favorite writing habit is morning pages. I have done a video on this. I have talked about this ad nauseum. So if you are not informed yet, you might be new here. Hello, thank you for being here. And if you are informed on it, let me tell you why this matters so much. I often catch that people are doing morning pages in a way that is too structured or too restrictive. And that completely defeats the purpose for why it will be beneficial to you. Morning Pages is a place for you to go. It was introduced by Julia Cameron in the book, The Artist's Way. Whether you're an artist or not, really, really smart technique. You write stream of consciousness, anything that comes to mind. Again, taking those thoughts, giving them a purpose and a destination by writing them down. It doesn't matter if they're sad or the grudges from the day before or the bad dreams that you had or the worries you woke up with or the fact that you didn't sleep. Maybe it's all good stuff too. Who knows? It's okay if it's a bunch of bad stuff, because you're taking the bad, you're removing it like it's spider webs off of your mind so that it can operate at the highest level as you go into the day. So the sooner that you do these morning pages, the sooner you've given the crappy thoughts or anything on your mind that doesn't really matter a place, so that you can then approach your biggest task of the day, or the big event you have to do, or the big meeting, or the big presentation, or the big project, or whatever it is that needs your most focused attention for the rest of the day. By the way, doesn't have to be work related. Being a parent, maybe just getting that clarity out of your mind and being able to say, okay, now I'm spending time with my kids and I'm giving them 100% of my attention. Morning pages can benefit you in so many ways. And again, it's that simple transaction of taking thoughts, giving them a place, saying, I respect you for showing up today, but I'm gonna put you where you actually belong, and it is not at the forefront of what I'm thinking about right now. I kind of want to sidebar on this a little bit because I think this is a very important point. Morning pages could be called something else entirely, and I'll say that because recently I was going through a very, 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 very big struggle to fall asleep. Doesn't happen to me very often. I know that probably happens with a lot of people very often. And what's your inclination? Oh, well, I think I'll get my phone out and scroll the internet. Probably shop Zillow. Who knows? We know that that's not a smart idea, right? You and me, we've been friends for a while. We know grab your phone, grab that blue light, and honey, sleep is off the table. Yes, you may fall asleep at some point when you've scrolled to the point where you get that ad on TikTok that's like, you've been scrolling for a long time. We feel we need to be the ones to tell you that. You know what I'm talking about. At least I was laughing for the whole time I was scrolling, right? We've got to shut the mind down. By the way, this is like a Sunday night. So for me, I'm like freaking myself out so much because the next day's Monday, honey. It's gotta be on my game. So that's not helping me fall asleep. What I thought to do was, if I can't get my mind to shut off, why is that? Well, because I'm in bed and the thoughts have nowhere to go. I gotta give them a place to go because this is not working. So I didn't grab my phone, but I did go back into my dressing room, or maybe you have a home office or something like that, and I opened up my morning pages journal. I don't like when I write the date and the time is PM, because that means things are wrong. But I wrote PM that day and I said, I cannot sleep. I am on edge. I'm freaking out. I have to make a big decision tomorrow. It's on my mind. It's weighing on me. I've already made it. I'm the type of person that makes a decision. I've made it. It's already been made. Even if I haven't even done anything yet, it's made. I'm good. Today, that's not the case. And so I had to let it out. We forget so much that when we think we are sad or depressed or anxious or stressed, that it's a condition that we cannot work on because we can't stop thinking. Like, have you ever tried to stop thinking? We think that's what meditation is when we are very new to it. That's not what meditation is. It's simply the mindfulness of thinking. But we can't actually stop thinking. That is not something humans can do, okay? We are constantly entertaining the thoughts throughout the mind. So with that, we forget that because those thoughts never stop, that we can't do something about it, and therefore it is this condition we can't do anything about. I'm so grateful to say, by sitting down and writing for 3 pages, I was so grateful that I was able to then say, okay, I have given them a place. Did I fall asleep right away? No, but I did very soon after that, much sooner than if I would have sat there and continued to try to deal with something that I was not dealing with very well. So when you're struggling and you're trying to change your state, you have to do something to make that happen. You either have to completely give those thoughts a destination, like writing has the ability to do, or you have to be able to make yourself feel something else, which again, we do have that power. We have that power with our mind. But wouldn't it be great if we still felt like we had a tangible thing we can do? And that's what I think writing offers. Okay, so now that you've been fully briefed on that, I want to give a couple of other tools that I highly recommend when we're talking about giving thoughts a destination. Again, bullet journal is great, just offload it. And the reminders app, perfect for a digital resource for this. One of my favorite note-taking apps of late has been Rome Research. I don't know how it has taken me this long in my life to find Rome. I am so obsessed because it's so easy to interlink different pages of different ideas and different words to each other. It's been my go-to place to keep track of relationships with people. It's been my go-to place to write videos. And by simply tagging a word like morning routine, I can click on that and I can look at anything I've ever put in Rome about morning routines. And that amazing connection is like the synapses firing of all the different ways I communicate about a topic, and they're there in front of me in digital form. It's so cool. I am not explaining it well, but I think if you've ever struggled to find a note-taking app that has served you because it fundamentally made it hard to connect similar ideas to each other, this may be an amazing resource for you as well. And of course, your calendar. There's those things that we know we have to do. They can be a task on a list, or we can just say, that's it, I'm dealing with it, I'm going to schedule time for this particular thought, this task, this thing I gotta do. And that is what I love calendar blocking for. So if you struggle with the concept of, okay, I'm pretty good at writing everything down, but it's then taking those things and making them real, it's about the time that you have. What are you doing to make the most of the time that you have? And that's what calendar blocking has the ability to do for you. Check out a video that I've done on that. I've done a lot, but I do have a great explainer just in case you need a refresher on how to leverage calendar blocking to the best of your ability and lean into it in a way that's most conducive for how you best do work. I hope this was helpful for you and that you can now clear your mind and be more productive by getting into a better writing habit. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. As always, remember, subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers.